Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vannin and you've joined me on yet another episode of Vanninilla. I'm going to get that one of these times. I'm going to pronounce that nailed on first time. So far, 0 times. Never mind. Moving on. In the last episode, we got the RG behind me, a saddle, and we went and hunted all the beaver dams so that we could make the treehouse platform. So, what we need to do now is we actually need to, well, make a treehouse, because so far it's very platformy and not very housey. We seem to be infested with Archaeopteryx. Yeah. So, I am going to go and craft some more bits and pieces, gather some more stuff, and then I will come back and we will have a think on what we can do here. The tree house, or tree platform, soon to be a house. Right. Making some very weird noises. Right, be back in a minute. Okay, so welcome back. And in typical island fashion, it's raining. And foggy. Because that never ever happens on the island. Ever. Yeah, right. Okay, so what I was thinking is we need some walls. But we also have a tree in the way. Which apparently has an ever spawning Archaeopteryx thing that just keeps on making irksome noise and a flappy noise. I was really half tempted to actually move the tree platform, to be honest, but we shall persevere. So what I was thinking is to place these walls, which are the wooden 4-high walls. So they're these things here. So was yeah, gonna place them on there. Now these kind of work out to be like 3 wide, but you need to use pillars on the outside to fill in the gaps. That's really annoying. But because we got the tree, and as much as I tried, I could get like a one in there. Obviously there's I'm not going to get anything in there, and if I could have got one there, I would have been happy with it, you know. I would have been all right. But I can only get one on this side, so could have the choice of just having one there and forget about over here, don't worry about it, or just leave this one blank. But I thought I'd come up with the idea of having that one without anything, because the trait, have a wall there, don't have a wall there, have a wall there, don't have a wall there, and so on and so forth, and onwards and forwards. So, how do we do this? Because there aren't any snap points on these things at all. And you can put, like, foundations down, and there's all sorts of fancy ways of, you know, trying to figure it out and getting stuff down, but you've already got a floor. Yeah, see, everything sits on the floor, so why have another floor? Doesn't really make a lot of sense. So what we need to do is we need to place down some fence foundations, because fence foundations then allow you to have a snap point. So showed you in a couple of episodes ago where I put a fence foundation down and then I was able to snap a gate to it. Similar concept, we put a fence foundation down and we can then actually snap those walls to it. So first of all, we need to line ourselves up. So we're just going to use the outside edge here and line ourselves up. And we're pretty good there. And what I do in this mode is I then crouch down, go up and down, and see that we're not quite straight. Did have it, and then I moved the mouse. So in that situation, when you do actually get yourself lined up, that I'm pretty sure I'm lined up there, just straight away press Q, not Q, K. Pressing K then allows you to go into this mode here, which is the camera mode, and it allows you to kind of like zoom out a bit, and allows you to line these up. So where I'm placing the camera now, on that one there, that's where I want the first one to be kind of lined up to. But when I come back to where it then corresponds with, so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the logs that run towards the tree, so they run from the outside in or inside out, whichever way you want to view it. The one at the end that's closest to me, you can just see it's just over, so I just want to nudge myself forward so it lands on there, and then it lands on there. Now by doing that means I can get 3 in, and then all I need to do is put a pillar at that end, and then right behind me I'll put a pillar at that end. So if I place that, and then stop crouching, and come out of there, these then snap together, and then and by placing it like that, I can now place the thing. But if I do that, see how we've kind of, and then what will happen is we'll place that wall, and then we'll place that wall there. And if you wanted to place walls all the way around, by doing the pillar, you are actually closing up this gap here. Otherwise you'd end up with, you know, quite a sizable gap between them. So earlier on today I jumped into my single player. I had a little bit of a play around with some ideas, and yeah, the corners are done basically by doing 2 pillars. So a pillar that side, pillar that side. But in this case, we're actually going to leave this open here. And the reason why we're going to leave it open is have I got to wait for that? Yes. Loads of weight. He says. RG. What do we want? What do we want? Come on, that. So RGs are fantastic for the building process, because you press X and they stop on a dime. Well, pretty much. So what I'm wanting to do is this. We're not going to worry about the fact that we can't build further forward because we don't have any fence support, as we will sort something out. We are going to sort out that as part and parcel of this. But by doing this, I'm going to be creating a second floor. So what I plan on doing is having the sort of crafting and living area all really open up there, but down here where we're going to have these open spaces, so here's going to be open, here's going to be closed, here's going to be open, so forth and so on, is it means that we can just fly straight in, and inside here we can house our argents and other bits and pieces that we are going to accumulate over the course of time. But with that being 4 high, we can even fly in with an RG and say an Anki in our claws or something like that. It'll mean that it'll make life easier for us to do that. We may even do something funky and fantastic with, like, maybe making it into like an arch or something like that, like up and over or something. Oh no, I haven't got that far yet. I don't really do like hard and fast plans. I kind of just go on the fly. That Archaeopteryx is really doing my nutting. Hopefully we can get rid of the menace eventually. As soon as I kill it, like another one spawns and does this weird tree thing. I think he might be broken. Anyway, right. I'm not going to record doing all of these because that would be tedious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do those off camera. Then I'll bring you back once we're in a situation where I've actually got something more to show you. So I shall bring you back in a few. Okay, welcome back. So as you can see, I've cut shop. I have gone on with the around the outside with the walls and doing one and leaving one blank, and then I've started to work on the next level up. As you can see here, this top layer is where I'm gonna kind of have like the living space, have the storage, and also have my crafting bits and pieces. So how have I done this? Well, pretty much as I showed earlier on, really. You can come 2 ceilings out, and then it wants foundation support. So I've used another fence foundation. I could have gone with the pillar in the middle, but I've kind of gone this way. Probably overcomplicating it, but this is the route I chose. I may change it, but at the moment I'm going to keep it like this, but like I said, I may change it. The reason why I've done it this way rather than having in the middle is my intention is to use up here as actual area for things, so I didn't really want unsightly bits in the middle. As you can see, even with even if you do the dropping the pillar down technique, you do still see it, and I didn't really want to see it, so that was the reason behind that. So you come 2 out, put a fence foundation, and then snap a pillar to it, and then down to the floor, and then you can come 2 out again, and then you have to do the same thing pretty much. As you can see, we are having a few issues with here. So here I may actually have to, unless I can you do tend to run into a few problems when you have too many pillars too close to each other, though. As you can see here. Yep. So this one I'm going to have to go that route. Where did I put the RG? There it is. Hmm. Yay. They fixed the visuals. Hmm. So you used to be able to... Oh, you can only just see it now. Well, that may change our mind on having these here. Maybe. Let's test it on this one. I put that on there. And then we want to see it drop. And I'm just pressing Q to cycle through the snap points there to there you see it drop, and when you see it drop down that extra little bit, that will mean that you won't get some sticking above. So if I can't see any of that, ooh yeah, that's better. I think I might be off camera going round and taking all of these other ones off and going down the middle, you know. That seems like a much better solution than that solution, which isn't as better as this one. What does it look like from down below? It just means you've got two, and as equally spaced out as what they were. Right. Well, I'm going to quickly change that over so we don't have quite as many pillars down here. And change them to being in the 2 bits there. And then I think this will starting to come along, and hopefully you're seeing what I'm trying to achieve here, having animal storage down here and then living space up the top. Oh. I shall bring you guys back in a few. Okay, so welcome back. And yeah, I think I'm starting to get somewhere with this. Like I say, I don't really have like too much of a plan when it comes to building, especially when I'm coming up with something that I've never done before. I very much will just kind of try things out, see how they work. If they work, they work. If they don't work, then they don't work. So I kind of like these walkways that I've done on this side. So maybe I'll look at trying to fill in like all of this particular side. And maybe figure out some kind of a staircase. And maybe we can come up with like a staircase coming down here, because with this tree here, I'm not really going to do much with this tree being there. So maybe I will put a wall on that side, maybe. So just there. Maybe I will put a... Oh no, because it wouldn't come up in that plane, would it? Well, maybe we just have like a... Look, if we... I did craft some stairs, so... I'd still be able to see through those. Am I okay with that? Don't know. Don't think I am. Think I'd be happier. Coming down. And then across. Down. Or who says the stairway has to be on the inside? Nope, still don't have enough. Soundtrack to this build is going to be that damned Archaeopteryx. What are we short on? Wood. You know, I quite like that. Whether I like it there? I mean, would I prefer to come in by the tree? No, because there's not a lot of room there. You know what? Because of that tree. this may look hideous. It also may not. Come for a walk, are you, dude? Okay. You know, I like that. And then if I were to... I was wondering how I was going to get up and down on here, and I think, I think that's it. Maybe I might do another staircase there, and then come down up here. So come down with walls coming down, maybe. Something. Yeah, down here I plan on, an area to house dinos. I may even fill in like these ones at the back and maybe on this side. I don't know. Because am I realistically going to fly in through there with, the possibility of thylas being on those trees? Probably not. This side I've got the stairs coming down, so I can fill in most of that. Am I going to fly through there? Hell no. So maybe I, fill that in and then just have this side as open for me to fly in. There's only me. I don't need to have 1,000,001 ways of getting in and out of here. If there was more, yeah, maybe different. I think you can see where I'm going with, like, up here. So, if that's the case, if I then fill that in, then I could fill in these bits here as well. And then if I fill in these bits as well, I need to get a drink, I need to get water in this place as well. Yeah, so if I just have this one, and this one being open, and then fill in there, and then fill in all of these bits along here, then I can do something cool and funky over here. And then what I can do on certainly on this bit, the greenhouse. Yeah. Yes. I need to get a drink before I die of the thirst. Can also craft a better water container as well, but if I can get water up here, because it's not very far to run a pipe from down there to up here. I'll probably die a couple of times doing that. Because hella far running water over to there, so yeah, Order to here. Yes. Well, I think I'm going to, yeah, fill in there and there, and walk into that pillar. Then, like, fill in all of here. Fill in there. Fill in there. And then I can create, like, a thing round. So what I could do is try and do, like, maybe if I go and do, like, a big crystal run. And I'd need to do, well, also, yeah, crystal, metal, that kind of thing. That's in the territory of Ankies. So, maybe scrap that. So, fill in here, fill in all of here. And then if I use, like, window walls and stuff to maybe go too high. And then slope it down to 1 high. Creating a box type thing, and then section it off for crafting and other bits and hujamaflits. Yeah. I was thinking like big window walls and stuff, but yeah, no Anki, so no crystal, no metal. We poor right now. So, yeah. Fill in those bits, and then I'll bring you all back. So, welcome back. I have been very busy back up at the treehouse up there. And right now I'm trying to figure out the water solution. So, as with any build, if you've experienced in building an ark, or even if you're not experienced in building an ark, you will know that running pipes and things like that is a pain in the bum. So just behind me, you can kind of see the browny grey stone pipe, and here is the one, because obviously it didn't line up with any kind of water. So I've had to run this one here, and then hopefully we will be able to get it to meet up at some point. So, let's carry on going along. I've already been attacked by a pego at least once whilst I've been here. I think we need to go up. Now, there are such things as flexible pipes now. Something that came from the modding community, which now will allow me to then link those up, and now I will have water. Because as you can see there, the flexible pipe is kind of filled in where there's where it doesn't quite. Because obviously pipes they go in straight lines, but there's a flexible stone. Moving on, let's not question it. Let's not question it. So, I have finished. Well, I say finished, but is any build in Ark ever truly finished? Because I don't know about you, but I always end up tinkering and playing with it. So, I left the 2 bits open for us to be able to fly in. The dino storage down the bottom. And then I've given us a little place to like log out and respawn with the inevitable death. We have a very small greenhouse. And then we have our crafting area here. And then loads of space for activities. I ended up with like loads and loads of space kind of left over, so I've put a little seating area there. Not that anybody's planning on coming over, that I'm aware. But down here we have loads of space. Of course, we still have the Archaeopteryx issues. I put loads of feeding troughs down, which then might actually remind me to put some stuff in them and feed my dinos as and when I get more. But here is where I put the staircases. So you saw this one earlier on. I've added the other one here, which then brings us up to this section here. So in here, I've just stuck some boxes down so I can dump some bits and pieces. And out here, I've got a nice view. So I can sit in and take in the redwood view in peace without something trying to eat my face, which is rare, especially in the redwoods. And then over here, I have this built so that I can upgrade. So I do plan in the next sort of couple of episodes getting us an Anki, Dodec, something for wood, because I don't have an Anki, I don't have a Dodec, I don't have a wood gatherer. This is all gathered by hand. So I have repaired said axe and pick many times. This greenhouse, really small, all done by hand. So I go into the mountains on said argent, whacking crystal nodes, getting the crystal, as I showed you the other day, and also going and hitting up the beaver dams, letting them respawn, and then getting the cementing paste. Going in, harvesting up metal, so that we can smelt that up. And I've kind of been going backwards and forwards to the raft. I do need to bring over the forge, or I will just build some new ones. Actually, probably the best bet. I build some new ones and stick them here or something. And there is plenty of room here to expand. So once we get an industrial forge, we can stick it here, and so forth and so on. In here, there's enough space to put a grill. This here, I'm not 100% on. It is purely and simply so that I can create the roof, because I wanted the roof to kind of like wrap round. So we have this really open area. But in order to be able to place sloped roofs, you need to have a snap point for them, which is a sloped wall. So that's why we have those there. Not sure what to do with it, whether to swap these out for wooden, like full wooden walls, and then put a wooden wall in the front there, and just have this as dead space and not actually use it, or put something in here which I'm yet to figure out what to put. Maybe preserving bins or something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I can fit the blueprints, maybe. So maybe that at the end, and then one there, and then one there, and then one there, and then one there, and you should be able to walk down there. Maybe that's the thing. Yeah, possibly. Anyway, which then technically we could maybe put the fabricator in there and lose a couple of these. Possibly. As you can see, stuff just evolves with myself. I don't really sit and plan things, but this I have kind of thought out a little bit. So maybe some fridges along the back there, a grill, or maybe 2 grills or something here, and then the cook pot will eventually go there, is the plan. And then that will be a fully functional, up and running, redwoody type thing. Now obviously this can expand and get bigger, So we could come like another, what, 1, 2 to the ceilings. So, you know, before you write in the comments that you can use medium crop plots and they take up less space, I know, but I like the symmetry, so I quite like the fact that large crop plots take up a ceiling, and yeah, it's just a thing for me. So I will only ever use large crop plots, and I will use small crop plots, as large crop plot takes up one ceiling and then a small crop plot is a quarter of the size of a large one, so you can then get 4 crop plots on one ceiling, of 4 small crop plots on one ceiling. So only 270%. Is that probably because of the leaves, but 270% will still work. It will still do the thing that it needs to. I had a little bit of crystal on that left over, so I made some windows for our little log out place, and we maybe stick some chairs and some benches or something out here, maybe a table or something like that, and we can look out across the across this view, because let's face it, it looks rather nice. And then below we can then maybe look at doing some more storage for animals down below, because obviously this is great for smaller stuff and things that the Argent can carry, breeding Argents, because we need to find a friend for this one. So we need to find a friend for that one and get some Argents breeding. We'll be, but now that we've got the greenhouse, we can start making up some crops, so we can start moving into the realm of kibble. So we will need to start thinking about Uteranus. Because let's face it, you can go down the route of doing like a massive kibble farm and have all the creatures and get all the eggs, but you only really need UTs. So like 3 females and a male. Maybe stick them down the bottom. So I was thinking. So you can see here how this pipe is run down. So all we'd need to do is kind of like stick a behemoth gate here somewhere. And then kind of like go across here, go across here, go across here, and then we then have a walled off area down the bottom here that we can stick UTs, you know, if we decide to go the route of a mammoth rather than a beaver, because mammoths are way easier to tame than beavers. Beavers are a pain in the bum. Yeah. So that is my take on a redwood space. So plenty of space for you to house all of your creatures, extra space for further growth, and like I said, all of this is all capable of being done with hand tools. Technically you actually wouldn't even need a tame. You would literally just need somewhere to respawn, because obviously death is likely to happen in the redwoods here. One of the reasons why I put the 2 beds down, purely and simply because I knew I was going to die, and I've probably died about 4 or 5 times during the course of building this, and I have an Argent. I mean, once I died purely and simply by pushing the wrong button and falling off the side and fell down there somewhere. But yeah, this is totally buildable at low level. You just literally need to get to the level to build the treehouse platform. and go from there. So, shock, it's raining on the island and it's foggy. Who'd have thought it? But yeah, if you like the build, hit the thumbs up button. If you've got any tips or tricks that you want to share with anyone, stick them in the comments below. And I hope to see you all in the next one. See you soon, guys.